Good morning. Thanks for joining us on THV 11 and streaming on your TV with THV 11 Plus. I'm Ashley King, and we have just the girls hanging out today because Karen Fuller and Hayden Balgavi have the day off. So it's just me and meteorologist Tracy Bean.
Yeah.
And you got to check out this hot and muggy forecast that's coming up.
And somehow we also ended up wearing the same colors.
I know, so just a little opposite. I have black on. You've got the red black on.
Cracks me up we do that. Same brain. All right. Yeah, we're starting out this muggy, manic Monday, whatever M's we can think of. It's a little low clouds out there right now, but we're right on the edge of things that's moving out of here. But it is, again, looking a little gloomy out there this morning, but we are seeing temperatures right around 74. Can you believe it? 97% humidity. It is feeling extra muggy out there. That dew point is at 73, and those dew points, well, they're going to hang out in the 70s all week long. Winds at least are moving. At least we got a little breeze out there around 7 miles per hour, but lots of 70s already across the state, upper 70s as well. And that's going to be the case all week long as we are going to see those heat index values in the triple digits most every day. Now, a little bit of relief headed this weekend, but that's really only in the form of the fact that we're going to get a little rain. But there will be a few isolated storms as we're heading into the weekend. Again, and for today, the same. Not expecting much. Most of that will stay again in northwest Arkansas. But be prepared today for, again, those triple-digit heat index values, and make sure you're taking care of yourself and others.
Thank you, Tracy. This morning, a man is in custody after police say 5 people were stabbed at New York City's Penn Station. The fire department says crews responded around 7 o'clock. Authorities say 1 victim suffered serious injuries. 4 others had minor to moderate injuries, and all are expected to survive.
We feel scared. We feel frightened. My dad came to drop me off from my job to the train station, but who knows, it could happen again.
Amtrak says its police responded and arrested the suspect. This all happened 1 day before President Donald Trump's expected visit to Madison Square Garden for Game 3 of the NBA Finals. That arena sits right above Penn Station. Authorities have not released a motive. That comes just 1 day after a mass shooting at a festival in Toledo, Ohio. Investigators say a dozen people were shot Saturday, and 2 of them are in critical condition. The local police say it appears 2 shooters were involved and were apparently shooting at each other. They're still looking for the suspects this morning. Israel and Iran traded strikes overnight, threatening efforts to reach a peace deal after the war hit the 100-day mark over the weekend. According to multiple reports, President Trump had called the Israeli prime minister to urge him to hold off on the strikes. CBS News' Bradley Blackburn has more from New York.
Sirens blared over Israel Monday morning, signaling a re-escalation in the war with Iran. Israel says its defense forces carried out strikes on Iranian military sites and a petrochemical plant. This after Iran fired missiles at Israel in retaliation for Israeli military strikes on Hezbollah targets near Beirut. According to reports from the Associated Press and Axios, Israel launched strikes after President Trump had called Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and urged him not to retaliate against Iran.
We get along very well. We've been great comrades. I disagree with him on a couple of things.
In a pre-taped interview with NBC News Meet the Press, which aired Sunday, President Trump acknowledged that he and Netanyahu are sometimes at odds.
I'd like to see a more surgical attack on Hezbollah.
The latest exchange of fire, along with multiple rounds of defensive strikes the U.S. has carried out against Iran in recent days, now threaten the fragile ceasefire as President Trump pushes Tehran to reach a peace agreement.
We're very close to having a deal, and if we don't have a deal, we'll do it one way or the other. Either way, we win.
Iran has described the negotiations as deadlocked, and this morning the country's Revolutionary Guard said it is ready, quote, for any scenario and for widespread operations on all fronts. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
In that interview, President Trump acknowledged that Iran may have built up some of its military capacity during the ceasefire. He also pushed back on assertions that he went back on his campaign promise of no new wars, saying he didn't guarantee that and arguing that he's doing the world and the country a service.
Is everybody awake? Yes. Everybody's they're moving?
Yes.
I don't know where my baby's at. I have your baby. She's okay.
Dramatic footage shows the aftermath of a police chase. An Arkansas State trooper stunned as 4 young children climb out of a crashed SUV. That same trooper says a baby was thrown from the vehicle. Let's get a closer look. Watch the black Toyota on the left side of your screen. Arkansas State Police say they tried to stop the driver, identified as 28-year-old Therese Fletcher, on May 24th outside Camden. The driver takes off, racing down a country road, weaving around traffic and putting others at risk. Now watch as the driver loses control. The SUV flips and crashes. Troopers rushed in and find a 4-month-old baby ejected from the vehicle. None of the children had car seats or wore seatbelts. And despite the dramatic crash, all 4 children went to the hospital and are expected to be okay. Investigators say they found drugs and a defaced gun inside the vehicle. State Police Colonel Mike Hagar defends the agency's aggressive tactics to end chases as critics question 2 recent cases where troopers forced crashes involving children. In this case and others, Hagar places the blame on the driver.
The fact that you have to tell a human being that you should not flee with children in your car, I mean, the fact that we even have to say that out loud is pathetic.
Fletcher remains in the Ouachita County Jail on a $100,000 bond. Court records do not list his next court date. Meanwhile, ASP says it plans to push lawmakers to enact tougher penalties for drivers who flee with children in the car. And it's been a week since people living in the Conway and Morrilton area had to cut back on water use, and that's causing more people to worry. Drought conditions continue at Brewer Lake, prompting mandatory limitations. That means only watering lawns on certain days, and businesses must cut back on certain water usage. Some people say they're worried about how long this will last.
For you all, this is the main water source.
This is our only water source. Once we get down to phase 3, if you look on there, it's just a short distance to phase 4. We'll be in an ultra critical situation that's going to have a tremendous impact on this community.
If water levels at Brewer Lake get any lower, the utility company says they're ready to extend restrictions into phase 3. Today, the THV 11 Summer Cereal Drive continues, and we're hoping to build on a strong week 1. We collected nearly 28,000 boxes across 8 locations in the state last week, so thanks to everyone that came out for a great week. Now, week 2 kicks off this morning in Pine Bluff. In less than 30 minutes, our own Journey Taylor will be live at the Super One on South Hazel Street there in Pine Bluff. That'll be our one stop today before we move to Hot Springs tomorrow, and then Saline County for a big showdown on Wednesday, and then Dickey Stevens on Thursday night, and then we wrap things up on Friday in Little Rock. Let's check in with meteorologist Tracy Bean with the forecast, and it may be a little bit muggier, a little bit hotter this week for our cereal drive.
Absolutely, and make sure you are staying hydrated again, and then do that prior to going out, maybe even, hours before, not just when you go. But this morning, as we are heading out for our summer cereal drive, of course, Journey will be in Pine Bluff. We could see a few spotty storms. I'm not expecting much from that, but a little light rain falling there right now. So light you can't hardly see it, honestly. And then I'll actually be in Hot Springs. I think Rolly Hoyt's going to be with me at times as well. We are seeing those partly cloudy skies tomorrow, and again, those heat index values will be in the triple digits. Around the state right now, really seeing a lot of those storms move into northwest Arkansas, but not much here in central. Like I said, I just looked up the latest observation. It said they had a little light rain in Pine Bluff, but I'm not seeing much. So again, very, very light at best. We're going to keep an eye, of course, on that area for Journey and the team. Make sure they're staying safe, and all the folks coming out as well. But make sure you go see her and say hello and bring a box of cereal or 2. And looking at your traffic this morning, it is 6:09. Things are looking okay. It's again a very, very muggy out there. We've got some lower clouds moving through, and really not going to see this impact us too much. It'll move out quickly, and we'll see those partly to mostly sunny skies with those triple digits again in the heat index value. But as far as the traffic goes, just make sure your AC's working, and we're going to see this be very warm all week long, but no accidents and no delays for your Monday morning.